Welcome everyone, it's Evelyn from Twin Flames 3344. This is a Divine Masculine Twin Flame read. I'll be finishing up my regular reads too today. I think I have 2 more, Gemini and Cancer I think I still have to do, but I'll get them done today, I promise. So here goes with the Divine Masculine Twin Flames. First of all, take a deep breath. Okay, sending you guys all out some love and healing. So I hope you can feel it. Let me know if you do. And here is the main read for today. SIRIAN Starseed deck. And then here is the full read in front of you. Okay. Okay, so first we're going to pull an energy deck card to see what's coming up as far as the energies. Today is August 16th, 2020, so it's the 16 of the Tower energies coming in, as well as the day adding up to 28, which is the choice of path in the road, or being at the Y in the road, and perhaps transcending it instead of making a decision. The 28 also has to do with twin flames. So we have the Tower. You may have some sudden event happen today, and it can be something very simple, and it could be something very significant. It could be an epiphany. Could be an orgasm. So there you go. So let's see from the energy deck. For everybody watching, for the best and highest good of all those concerned, what do we need to know? What do we need to learn for the Divine Masculine Twin Flames today? So again, this affects the masculine within the feminine twins as well. And it is a general read, so don't force it to fit if it doesn't resonate with you. But what do we need to know? What do we need to learn? We're clearing all the negative energies from across all dimensions of time, space, matter, and realities for the highest good of all those concerned. And filling that empty space with only beautiful divine love and diamond crystalline light. And so it is. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Visualizing, transmuting the world with that, with that light energy, whatever color resonates with you. Just like your body when you go to the bathroom, that's you transmuting the stuff going through your body and getting rid of what it doesn't need. Well, let's visualize the same thing for the world. Literally pooping it out. If you have to visualize that, go for it. All right, this is for everybody. What is and Spirit's connecting with me here. All right, so we have 31 of the door to value. 31 is also the 5 of Wands, which is about conflict and fighting and battles, but it's also about games and acting and the pursuit of happiness, the impossible dream. So door to value is really just making sure you know who you are. What is it that you value in life? Because everybody's different and not everyone is supposed to be the same. So what is it specifically that makes you authentically you? What do you value? There's a lot of root chakra and solar plexus energy in that card. We also have the 34 of the 8 of Wands, and that's that fast-paced communications back and forth. The arrows of love, expression of feelings and desires, a lot of communication or travel back and forth, and just any kind of energetic exchange. So we have the door to personal healing and happiness. So all of those things may be the key to your personal healing and happiness. And this card always is telling you to bring the outside inside, to bring the outside indoors, to bring in the natural, organic life into your home. Open the windows, let the fresh air in, let the purification happen or begin. Instead of let the games begin, let the purification begin. And you see the rainbows out there waiting for you. All you have to do is open a window. So it's talking about, and you notice here, it's all about opening doors and windows, right? To let the sun shine in the sun. You see that we don't see the sun in either of these pictures, but we do see the rainbow, and there's a bit of that sunlight there, the golden light that's coming off of the sun. And we have the happy family. There's the rainbow again. So it's very much, and that's the Emperor energy, and this can be any kind of family, but it's just about accepting each other the way you are. You know, not everyone in your family is the same, but you love each other. Well, that's what the world is supposed to learn, how to be one big happy family. How can we accept each other and each other's differences and be fine with that? Not trying to change, not trying to get people to come your way, right? To believe what you say. Okay? So opening the doors to what you value, opening the windows to your health and happiness, and learning how to reach out and hold hands across the world, across the globe. So, and that always reminds me of, I don't remember what year it was. I don't know if it was the bicentennial when we did 11/11. I'm sure it was done every year by somebody, but I only knew it as a young person in my 20s. I guess I was in my 20s, so it must have been in the 80s. But I did an 11/11 when I was practicing meditating in my 20s. And I literally saw everybody lying in bed, like talking on phones with each other. And that was before common use of cell phones. So it's pretty funny, but that's what actually happened. So the bottom of the deck here is deceit. So be careful of that Knight of Wands. They've been coming up a lot lately, the 25. And 25 also in the numerology book, the Divine Triangle, is the Y in the road. Whereas the Two of Wands in the Tarot is more about the Y in the road. The 25 here is the Y in the road. And that Knight of Wands is very active and passionate in their pursuits. So if they get confused about which way to go, it might throw them off course. Below that is a blossoming abundance. So this may be someone just covering up what they have because they don't want other people to know. It can be something as simple as that, but this also can be dark deceit, obviously, from the depiction. Okay? And I'm also getting illness. Like this person is not sleeping. You know, they have really dark circles under their eyes, and they may get a little funky as far as personality because they haven't slept. Maybe they're not sleeping at all. Could be like a vampire person, you know, they're up all night. All right, so that's starting things off for us. So I woke up this morning. I was dreaming of something, and then I was writing some other stuff down, so I forgot what I was dreaming. But it was something very neutral. It wasn't anything significant. I was wondering, I remember dreaming and asking why I'm dreaming this, because there's no significance here that I can think of. But then when I wrote it down, it was because it was something neutral. Just hanging out, perhaps, you know, just being neutral in the situation, that's good. So, but as I woke up, and it happened to be 9/18, which is my birthday, I happened to wake up at that time. At the same time, as I was awakening, I realized that the heart is my name. And here I am, almost 59 years old, and I've never noticed that before. But everyone calls me Ev, and EV is literally what a heart is. The E on top and the V down below. So I never noticed that before, which is funny. And and Evie too, right? So I looked up EV and IE to see what the definitions were today, so I'll let you know with that as well. So Ev, I looked it up in Wiktionary because it's got all of the language definitions. So EV means house, home, royal dynasty, he, this, those, or these, age, era, century. So it really has to do with the time period. And of course, the house, you know, of Lancaster or whatever it is, that can be a time period as well. So the house, it has to do with age, era, century, period, and also fire. So IE, when I looked up, of course it means that is, or in other words, IE, you all would know that. But it also means little one, you know, like, and everyone puts IE on the end of things. It's to endear something to you, the little one or the dear little one belonging to, one who is. And from Wiktionary, it was water, yes, he, you, always, every time, or continuous. So it was very cool because Ev and IE together then come up to meaning the house or the age of, the fire, or in other words, the age of the dear little one, the age of water, the continuous age, home always, home or age of Esther, E-S-T-E-R, which also means to be. And it also relates to Esther, E-S-T-H-E-R, which is my middle name and my grandmother's name. And it also relates to Easter and ego. The I am presence, the home of a light with a cover or veil like a blouse, in the age of the underbelly, the shackle, the guts, the bowels, the transmutation. So Evie is heart is home. Another way of saying we are, I am. The fire in your belly, a shackle when expressed as ego, or the bowels of hell. Home of Esther, which also means oyster, but home of Esther, Esther and Easter and the ego. So all of the different parts of you. So I just thought that was interesting to share with you. You might want to take apart the pieces of your name and look it up to see what comes up there. So I cut the SIRIAN Starseed deck at 10:39. 10 is the Wheel of Fortune. 39 is the Knight of Cups. Knight of Cups is upright today. And so is the Wheel of Fortune. As I was clarifying the cards and some of the words get covered, at 10:48, 48 being the 8 of Cups, walking away and within, the E of Crystals came up. And E always is for me referencing to the Divine Feminine. It also can be the number 5 of the Hierophant, freedom and change and expansion. And dealing with the crystals, we're always talking about the crystalline energy and then the crystal rocks as well. So the feminine energy from crystals, and also Y stalls came up. So Y in the road, being stalled or delayed by being stuck at the Y in the road, not making a choice or indecision. So I finished the read at 11:01. 11 is justice, 1 is the magician. And the major arcana here were alchemy, which is like the magician, transition, which is like the death card, reflection is the hermit, and then after the read, because I always pull a few cards on either side, the strength card came up, but I happened to write down strong as opposed to strength card. So, and strong, the strong definitions of the numbers, like Strong's Hebrew came up yesterday, so that was coming up again. And then we had 2 pentacles, 2 swords, 2 cups, and 2 wands. So straight across the board, all 2s. We had 4 2s today, all about the number 2. And the Queen of Cups came up in the read and the King of Wands. Before the read, the Queen of Pentacles and the Knight of Wands. So each a pair of a Queen and a Knight. And that can reference mothers and their children, or mothers and younger men, perhaps. It doesn't have to be a mother, or a queen and a woman and a younger man. And then we have the numbers. So besides the 4 2s that came up, 2 2 2 2, very significant. We had triple 10s as well in the read. So that's that very high vibration, keeping it very feminine in the etheric realm. We also had double 1s, 6s, and 9s. So 11 of Justice, 66 of the Queen of Pentacles. And the Q and the Queen of Pentacles now yesterday came up as Q and crystals. So that might have to do with the masculine energy really identifying with crystal work, dealing with crystals. So 66 of the Queen of Pentacles and 99 of endings and compassion and selflessness. And it's always a time period when you're in 9s, you can't go forward because it's about letting go of things that no longer serve you. So it's about cleaning things out of your own emotional sphere, your aura, your home, your space. So 1s, 6s, 9s, and 10s all had double digits except for 10, which was triple, and 2s, which had 4 today. The code line today was all about spirituality and spiritual partnership, and the number that it added up to on the code line today was from 6 and 10 was 16. Again, the tower, today's the 16th. So 16 is also a 7 and the chariot, and 610 happens to be an area code in my area. But 610 is also 0 backing up to 71, which is the taking a risk card, and source backing it up. And from the numerology deck, 61 is on the self-love card. So it's taking that risk to love yourself first. So spirituality and spiritual partnership. And a lot of letters were covered from that today. So some interesting messages that came through that. And the code line was all about the 10 of Swords as the challenge today. 10 of Orbs. And I was just trying to remember orbs. Look up orbs in Wiktionary too. It's got some really interesting meanings. It has to do with the spheres, of course. But there's something else in that definition I wanted to remember just now. Maybe it'll come to me. Okay, so regarding the Ten of Orbs or Ten of Swords, which has to do with ending pain, painful endings, can have to do with massage or back pain and associated treatments of that, but also just unable to rest in peace as well. So the code line here was coming up as the source moral man. So the moral man is connected to source, or more the feminine side of himself as well. Say after death, the wise queen who's clear or clearing the energy of the lovers, the 6 or the Sophia 9, the collective consciousness of the feminine, and the 10 of Swords, or having a massage, ending the pain with alternating currents and air conditioning, the antichristum, which is before Christ. So here we have after death of Christ and before Christ, where the puzzle pieces are fit together, or in other words, the 2 fours, like the stacked chairs. It's like I call it the lap dance because it's the easiest way to remember it. Where one person's sitting on the other's lap, but it's also like the 2 chairs stacked, the H, that becomes the 8 in the 5D of the dance between the masculine and feminine, the flow, and the oneness of the two. So SP, from the letters that got covered from spirituality and spiritual partnership, SP got covered and SPIR got covered and PAR got covered. So I looked up the definitions of those, and SP is a spur, or it's just short for spur, special, or spelled out. There was nothing else that came up for SP. SPIR means a lot of things, but it means pure. And that was very cool coming up in inspiration. In pure Asian. Okay, and ion is connection. So the inspiration, it's saying in purity, in your purity of connection. So SPIR also means SPIRE, which is in architecture. It's the point, like in a church. It's something that tapers off to a point. The stalk or the stem, the shoot or the spear, the sharp tapering point of a church or cathedral roof, the summit, the top. It also is the tube or the fuse for communicating fire to the charge in blasting, to sprout, to grow, to breathe, one of sinuous or sinuous foldings of a serpent or other reptile, or in other words, a coil, a spiral, a turn, a sphere. This is all SPIR. So then PAR, of course, you know that from golf as par, right? Being at that minimum, it's having something to look toward. You don't want to go, which you want to stay on one side of. It's giving you like that boundary, in other words. And that wasn't coming up for me before, but that is now. So par has a lot of definitions. It means equal, of equal value, or seems, I seem, or appear, or equal conditions, as in golf. An amount taken as average or mean, a young salmon, a steak, a pair, a couple. Water, it means water. It means skunk. And to share with a partner. It also means last year, a few, peer, partner, even. And in physics, it also means steak, pair, couple, and divisibility by 2. And in physics specifically, it equals 2 equal non-collinear, in other words, co-partners or co-linear partners, right? But we're not linear when we go into 5D, we become sine wave, all right, or sine. 2 equal non-collinear forces, or in other words, the force couple in Newtonian mechanics. Also the stingray and the pair came up here. The fuse of tapering point, the pure, the spur, the special. The spur is a special bone, right? It's unlike any other bone. And the equal coupling of this. The sinus wave of the serpent or coil. The spiral, to grow and to breathe. A spur, 2 equal non-collinear forces, or the power couple. The stingray, the skunk, and the pair. Or in other words, the neutral zone, the force to be reckoned with, was coming up here because of that. So we go back to the code line. So the pure sinus wave, the coil of the serpent, the fuse that tapers to a point, to grow, to breathe, a spur, a bone unlike any other, two equal non-collinear forces or a power couple, the sting ray, you notice that's a ray, the ray that stings or triggers, the skunk, the water, last year, or the pear in a pear tree, the partridge in a pear tree, the neutral zone, and a force to be reckoned with. Then from the lower parts of the words, the ituality and I ritual and T nurship, with those first letters off of the words, spirituality and spiritual partnership, it came up I, instead of duality, it was two-ality. So instead of the duality, the two-ness of us, because we are two, I ritual, and ritual is right, y'all, and then toggle up or tenorship. Toggle up the Christ urgent ship, or in other words, the mercy ship. I give. You know, when someone tackles you and your brother is on top of you, you say, I give, stop. So the source moral man says after death, the wise queen clears the lovers with a massage by ending pain, with alternating currents of air conditioning, which is the King of Swords, came up yesterday as the masculine, and that's air sign. So conditioning of the air sign, right, the logical man, of before Christ and after Christ, the height of spiritual partnership, the perfect fit, the H, or the two fours, the two emperors. Both emperors come together and become the eight, the one continuous flow, the sine wave, two as one, the power couple, two units with the same energy source. All right, Spirit's connecting with me. So we start with alchemy today. We have alchemy here with the mini clarifiers on top, and beneath alchemy reversed was the 10 of Cups from the bottom up, 10 of Cups up, Queen of Pentacles reversed, the Knight of Wands reversed, and the 6 of Wands reversed. So the 10 of Cups upright could be a happy family, but it could also be a happy ending or emotional fulfillment of the Queen of Pentacles reversed and the Knight of Wands reversed. And we just had this come up. Remember, deceit came up with the 25, which is the Knight of Wands. So in the tarot, that deceit energy is definitely the Knight of Wands reversed. Okay, because Knight of Wands upright wouldn't be someone in deceit. Or they may look like they're good, but they're not, right? So the happy ending or emotional fulfillment of the Queen of Pentacles reversed and the Knight of Wands reversed. And this Knight of Wands can be the Queen of Pentacles reversed, or they can be two separate people. Unhappy under the radar and impatient, losing patience, no longer patient, fallen angel, pit of despair, sharing or settling out, feeling a failure with negative attention or no attention at all, and doing things under the radar, dumping a load, a burden, responsibility, and or confessing. A big offer of love from the Queen of Wands reversed. She may be sharing, but remember, she's the Queen of Wands reversed. So she could be sick or just tired and having a bad day, or she could be mad and pissed off, or be, not a nice person at all. So the Queen of Wands reversed, sharing. So is it sincere or is it not? She's doing it in front of the children. Sunshine or exposing all. Or kids exposing all to the enemy camp, which of course in divorce situation would be the other parent. Or children happy, but the Queen of Wands reversed is not. Or the Queen of Wands reversed is a Leo or ego or acting like a child, or using kids as a buffer or neutral zone between her and the enemy, the defensive end. Or kids happy but responsible for the negative attention, and defensive takedown, unable to function. Or this may be someone unable to go to a function. Sagittarius reversed versus Leo upright, and that can be ego as well. The divine masculine and partner, or the Queen of Wands reversed and a child. So then at 12:12, and definitely was experiencing some sexual energy there. At 12:12 today, 12:12 always references to the end of karma, back to 12:21:12, and dumping a load with sovereign star, dream, healer, chariot in a bold move to dump emotional attachments that no longer serve. hold tongue or holding back announcement, standing up for self under the radar or defending failure or negative attention. The Page of Wands reversed, frustrated, having a temper tantrum, or pie coming up here, which is someone who's centered. But the phi is when you go outside the boundaries and you need to pull yourself back again because you get off balance. The Page of Wands reversed, frustrated, perhaps with temper tantrums, or pie, maybe they ate too much sweets, or uninspired. And this is, again, inspired. I want you to remember that spire is pure. And here is someone coming up frustrated, a Page of Wands reverse, which is someone who is acting or feeling impure. Taking the group down, the Page of Wands reversed, and 5 others, or the team, or they won the competition. I give, please let me get up now. The Snake in the Grass, or the Knight of Swords reversed versus the Page of Wands reversed, negative words versus negative actions, the Snake in the Grass, the black pointy boots, the fuse, the trigger that gets to the point, the purity, the purification, squeezing out the impurities or falling off the horse. Might as well have an addiction that's good for you. Using activities or sports to release aggressions. Fallen angel with secret passion comes up here, and then keep an open mind. And underneath that for the masculine was unrequited love. So, yeah, keep an open mind that your partner may differ from your usual expectations. So that's what the top card is saying with keep an open mind. Suffering in silence, or just stressed out or not sleeping, on a 3-hour tour of separation and heartbreak with the Empress reversed and the High Priestess reversed. Perhaps on a cruise in a storm, or a stormy crew. Lack and secrets, a recipe for disaster, or 2 old biddies got cut. Or it could be 2 old biddies or somebody got cut. At 237 is the Hangman and the 37 of the King of Cups. So then we have 1238, which is then the Queen of Cups as we turn the page. One disconnected from her heart and the other cold as ice, or 2 ill elders. Lady Liberty gone down along with the crown, not a royal house, not pure of intention. Or secret is out about the Empress reversed, suffering in silence in heartbreak. Or woman or elders on the steering committee putting their 2 cents in. Or Mrs. Howell and Marianne lost at sea or seasick. Or parents' aid, like someone who needs an aid, is questionable because they're both reversed. So someone could have an aid, but maybe they don't have good intentions, or maybe you question whether or not they need to be in a facility too because they're aging. So that might come up as well. Or elders are fighting and children are fighting or competing with each other. So a lot of aggression and impatience that's been coming up this week, the past couple of days especially. No more discussions, no options, no dates. Offer of self-love and new love. The Fool is free to leap or take a hike. Divorce, breaking contract, or away from societal norms, or Taurus reversed, or out of control narcissist. They are free to leap away from all this. Or a frustrating old man, infuriating as a matter of fact, or unable to conceive or conceptualize this new love, second only to self. Aries upright, Taurus reversed, two buts involved, or no ifs, ands, or buts about it. The Fool is walking away or climbing a mountain, never to give up. To the tapered point, the peak, the summit, the fuse, the ignition, the finding a way to relight the flame, the stuck passion. The Fool with snake at their heels and walking a fine line, linear, not sine. The snake waiting to trip them up, over the edge. Countdown, 2, 1, 0 point. Change. So change comes up as the underlying energy number 5, which is all about change. And below that was moderation, which is 14, which is the temperance card. And a lot of teals and purples. Everything was teal and purple. The teal was kind of going to the greenish energy. So going from the blue to the green, which would be the throat chakra going to the heart chakra. And then the purples of the third eye and the crown. A tainted heart and third eye crown coming up here. A lot of, the teal comes up as like a dirty blue or green. It's not pure. So because purity was coming up, that's why this color is coming up here. And it might be a reference to Teal Swan as well, because she went through a lot in her life. So if you're not familiar with her, you might want to look up her story. It's pretty profound. So at night, withholding with secret passion, starting over, getting over loss, regret, the past, and perhaps last year, or 2 to 5 months or years ago. So whatever you've been going through has been going on 2 to 5 months or years. Avoiding disaster or in the aftermath of sudden events, or multiple small towers that never quite erupted. The Knight of Wands passionately moving but can't implement, stuck without wishbone to break, the short end of the stick. Or 2 just not doing it for each other, and the Knight of Wands showing a little leg where before he was unable to resist, and now he's withholding. So this is at 101. He or she, the Knight of Wands is the one who's shown a little bit of leg. So whoever the Knight of Wands is with, they're the one who's holding back. So 101 is the Magician, and then the Magician. There can be the Wheel of Fortune and the Magician as well. And then it was 103 with the Magician and the Empress. So Pisces reversed and Scorpio reversed, but Cancer is upright here, all 3 water signs. No options or out of options. Impatient fallen angel. The Page of Wands reversed. So Page of Wands reversed can be the Knight of Wands reversed, or they could be 2 siblings that are both reversed. Or friends who really like to get into trouble. Or a secret passion and frustration. Third energy unable to control. Changes. So that was coming up. Changes and face, turn and face the strain from David Bowie. And then stop in the name of love came from my Moses there. I don't know if you can see it very well, but the guy standing on the cards. Oh, you can't see over there. The guy standing on the cards over here, right here. This is Moses right here. And he's got his hand up, like stop in the name of love. So that was coming up from Moses. But it was coming up like David Bowie versus Moses and Diana and the Supremes at 111. And then from Changes, you don't want to be a richer man. Just going to have to be a different man. So that was coming up here. Change and face the strain. Turn and face the strain. Don't want to be a richer man. Just going to have to be a different man. And then stop in the name of love before you break my heart. Now that's, of course, that's Diana Ross and the Supremes. And I'm sure Michael's around somewhere with that. So 111 is the Magician and Justice. The recent past. The Queen of Cups upright presented truth to the Knight of Cups, and the Knight of Cups offered love to home. The wounded warrior standing up and knocking them down to size. The Page of Pentacles, child size. Implementing a plan to spread the word while they're planning and breaking patterns. Finding peace in holding, or a holding pattern I'm getting just now. Finding peace in a holding pattern, or holding on tightly to the truth. Or the Queen of Cups is using the point, the fuse, to get the Knight of Cups going, offering an open crown as reward, nudging the child out into the world, the parent being the bad guy to the child, but for their own good, and they just can't see it yet. The mother bird pushing the baby bird out of the nest with love, or coming home with truth and love to the house and home, facing nothing but resistance when they get there. So this is someone who may come home every day, always with love and truth, but are always met with resistance or victim mentality. The Page of Pentacles and the Page of Swords, which are both upright, may be clinging to their mother, the baby birdies, and the foundation here is transition or lack thereof. Starting over in love with happy ending or an ending to an emotional cycle of detoxing, recovering from breakup, lack of affection, or no lover, or indecisiveness, and therefore the Tower comes in to play to blow everything out of the water. Unnatural or addiction-related sudden death or near-death experience with sudden eruption of togetherness and celebration, or group explodes or rises or levitates. Sleepers are forced to awaken. The central energy here is the Six of Pentacles upright, sharing, teaching and learning, settling out, or giving and being charitable. The Page of Pentacles, child, student, or an opportunity or invitation to the Queen of Swords, who's talking about the awakening and the impatient fallen angels, or not patient not angel, or Sagittarius reversed, Queen of Pentacles reversed, King of Cups reversed, not telling each other their feelings or their true desires, or just delay after delay and nonstop arguing or heated debates or exchanges. The challenge being the worst of the pain over, the bliss state of being, post-massage or couples massage, exchanging services, with the world reversed and dissatisfied, or the divine feminine in another world unhappy without her other, not half but whole, one of two, or unhappy to awaken and find the King of Swords reversed, being cold and resistant and deceptive, or doesn't like Scorpio reversed and Cancer reversed, or thinks they're clingy and deceptive, or near death end at the new moon, or the never-ending story of the hours before dawn, the dawning of the age of Aquarius, nostalgia of the old world, or kids or soulmates in another world, or a world apart from each other, yet together and loving each other, withholding time, money, and effort, and or new life of perfect contentment from the place of co-creation that the Queen of Swords upright talks about, and running out of options to close the gap. The reunion of the Hermit and big love at work, the Empress reversed at work with kids or soulmate, the King of Pentacles upright, a prisoner or with hostage starting over in love, with the Queen of Swords upright, cutting the act and breaking patterns at 141, which is the Magician and the Ace of Cups. Self-love, spiritual love, new love. Now, in the crowning position, the now moment, is the Eight of Wands reversed. In a heated exchange with the Two of Cups, Queen of Cups, and the Knight of Pentacles, and they're both upright, and the Two of Cups is upright, but there's a heated exchange here. So it's either sexual nature or it's of an angry nature. Offering help, money, proposal to implement a new plan, found a way out, an escape route, an escape hatch, an exit plan, 2 or 4, Leo reversed and Scorpio reversed, without options, or finding the strength and the courage for the never-ending story, the near-death experience, the dark night of the soul. The Knight of Wands reversed may be weak or falling short, holding back their passions or their desires, or with out-of-control ego. Could be a Leo and or Sagittarius. Or Queen of Cups is heart-based, loyal, humble servant, creating the escape hatch, and the Knight of Wands reversed just has to find the courage to jump through the circle of fire, the fuse, the trigger, the 0-point field. So the Knight of Wands can come up here as the masculine energy as well. So the Hermit upright, the Magician reversed, the Virgo missing their flame, and Gemini and Taurus both reversed or dissatisfied or insecure, breaking out of the mold of marriage, religion, establishment, and societal norms. Now that the worst is over and the judgment is in, the divine masculine judged sweetly the bliss of vulnerability, of big love at work, and or the Page of Cups reversed and the Page of Swords upright could be kids or messages or dysfunctional family interference via the Empress reversed or deleting messages of the King of Pentacles upright, who's destined to hold on to the Page of Wands reversed to ground and save for them, and this could be a child who has special needs as well, to ground and save for them, or the workplace for kids or twin, and dealing with uncomfortable energies or an uncomfortable situation with healing, star, dreams, or Aquarius, and dumping a lover or has to choose, perhaps between kids, or one is uncomfortable with stardom and dreams, and another is a fallen angel with anxiety issues, or in prison literally, or Sagittarius reversed, impatient, perhaps her innocence or virginity owned by the emperor or father figure. He may not know that she drinks or does potions and or is promiscuous. Soon the Ace of Swords, truth, the whole truth is out, dumping a load of emotions and attachments in pursuit of happiness. The King of Swords reversed commented or is connected to emotional attachments via a near-death experience and deception, or Scorpio reversed and Cancer reversed. Or now as we are near death and going into the new moon energies of the cycle, knowing and keeping to self, frustrations, or the Page of Wands reversed, looking back or living in the past with the King of Swords reversed and the Queen of Wands reversed, And that's definitely, again, King of Swords reversed versus the Queen of Wands reversed, again, is the bad words versus the bad actions. And the Knight of Cups upright, perhaps the Queen of Wands reversed was always getting offers of love, or the Queen of Cups offer of truth, and the Knight of Cups love went to the Queen of Wands reversed and the Page of Wands reversed, and not to the King of Swords reversed, now looking back. He sees himself as the Two of Cups upright, frustrated and getting over loss, regret, or the past, and the King of Wands reversed may be sick or tired, or sick and tired of turning his back to it. Destiny of unhappiness with judgment or announcement or wake-up call that gives him peace or takes him to a peaceful place. Or Libra's destined and Aquarius judgmental and unhappiness between them. Aquarius leaving for peace or taking kids on vacation at 209. 2 is the High Priestess, 9 is the Hermit. At 210, which is then the Wheel of Fortune, or what's destined to turn for the better, or a Libra making an announcement or destined announcement that they're moving, going on vacation, or retiring for one-on-one time, the Two of Cups connection. And there may be a group also cheering them on. New love, let go of control issues, deception, and healing family issues and codependency all came up for the masculine, but new love came up first by itself. And then a second group of cards. Let go of control issues, deception, healing family issues, and codependency obviously is one group, and new love is another group. That's what first came out. Around him, or how he is seen, is the Hermit, or reflection. Holding their tongue or holding back announcement, losing patience or no longer patient, coming clean or cleaning up the act or space. Now shedding light in the quietness of reflection. And challenge, or the block here for the masculine, is the King of Wands reversed, which is the shaman in this deck. After a bold move with advisor about injustice, or Cancer, Virgo, and Libra reversed, Cancer and Virgo upright here. But this also could be a group, or the injustice of the treatment of Cancer by King of Wands reversed, or the injustice of shedding light on their ascension path. Or the King of Wands reversed Libra is upset. The Hermit, Doctor, Advisor, or Virgo is shedding light or exposing themselves, Cancer, Ascension, or the emergency vehicle, the warrior's path. Spiritual partnership comes up here, and spirituality, but even more so for the masculine today is adventure and completion. Completion was the first card out. Casual flirtation or showing off, or flexing muscles under the radar, not putting it out there. The Sovereign's upright, the Nine of Pentacles upright, pure and wise, seen as impure. Prisoner, or with anxiety and fear, starting over as the Queen of Swords upright is speaking their truth, refusing to allow others to hide their light under a bushel. Sovereign is independent from dysfunction of family or finances or business community loss, or not identifying with their family, business, or community, or family spent a lot on the Sovereign to help them become what they are today, independent, or may have spoiled them, or Sovereign spending inheritance from family while weak or ego death, or needing strength and courage to get through suffering in silence, through chronic purging, stress, sleeplessness, or inability to function, and to get to the other side. Break on through to the other side. The Ace of Cups, an outpouring of love and alignment with creativity and co-creation, getting their ducks in a row, getting their affairs in order. For 3 trumpeteers who support rock, and that can reference crystals, but also Chris Rock, because Chris Rock came up yesterday. And 1 Holy Moses, the cross to bear, please stop in the name of love. Talk to the hand, or in other words, awaken the chakra system. The 5 digits and 1 big palm. So Florida zip codes were coming up today about Palm Beach. So that might be very significant to someone. The 5 digits and the 1 big palm as a zip code or zip file in Florida. So I was definitely looking them up, and all of those, the Palm Beach zip codes, they start with 33, which is the Christ vibration, so that was pretty cool. But there's no 33333. I don't know if that's somewhere else in the country, but it wasn't there. They skipped that number. Okay, so yeah, and also not only just Palm Beach, but Del Rey, because Ray was coming up as well. So Palm Beach and Del Rey, Florida may be significant for someone. And someone might have gotten knocked out down there when they were in Florida. It might have been an old experience too, because we have the 5 fingers, you know, one big palm. So someone might have been raised in Florida as well. So then at 301, which is the Empress and the Magician, the Emperor uncomfortable with freedom of prisoner or hostage. So they're both Aries, right? The Emperor and the Fool are both Aries. So this could be the Emperor uncomfortable with his own freedom. So he makes himself a prisoner because he's uncomfortable with freedom. He's never had freedom, perhaps. Or the Emperor's uncomfortable with freedom of a prisoner or of his own hostage, letting someone go. Or a family member literally got freed from prison, and he's obviously uncomfortable with that because they may not see eye to eye on things. So emotional fulfillment under the radar, no longer patient, not alchemizing, not transitioning. The 2 of Cups upright, reflection or hermit, Queen of Cups, sharing, and challenged by the 10 of Swords, ending pain or a painful end or massage with the truth out, or presented to the King of Wands reversed, who's not expressing their feelings, their desires, or just not telling, or arguing a lot. Delays in communication or travel, with Sovereign and dysfunctional family or family loss of income or savings. Sovereign has everything they need. Perhaps family, business, or community is losing money on them. Maybe they invested in them or put all their eggs in one basket. Or family, business, or community is weak and suffering in silence, offering self-love, spiritual love, and new love, working to align with their own authenticity. 3 trumpeters holding up the weight of the world while the masculine focuses on their work. Losing temper, patience, the Queen of Cups running out of options, not transitioning but sharing time, money, and effort, but not desires and feelings, and challenged by ending pain, painful end, massage, or pain in the ass. The 2 of Cups with the truth out. The Hermit, the King of Wands reversed, and the Sovereign with family, business, community, losing or spending money, or weak and purging in an outpouring of love, aligning with their authenticity. So learning, maybe falling into a purge and not having experienced it before. Sagittarius reversed, Scorpio reversed, Virgo upright, and the Sovereign was upright, and the Queen of Cups was upright, sharing truth with the King of Wands reversed. Perhaps a teen or partner or independent with the dysfunctional family, blocked arrows, desires, and feelings of love, energetic exchange between the 2 of them. The Leo reversed, out of control ego or ego death and loving self first. So this is the read today. I was also blue balls was coming up, so I had to let you know that. And so in the Amish country, Lancaster, there are streets and places there that are called things like intercourse and blue balls and all that kind of stuff. So that might come up for you, but also just the frustration of the masculine was coming up. This could be also playing ball or sports, and also playing hardball in business could be coming up as well. So I'm going to pull another energy deck card. Where are we? We're at 4824. And that's the 8 of Cups and the Queen of Wands. And they're both reversed, so uncomfortable energies for the Queen of Wands. Ooh, that came sliding right up. All right, attachments. So emotional attachments, remove the mask. Number 5. 5 is the Hierophant. It's also freedom, change, vacations, expansion. And this is the gray area, right? So it's different for everybody, but remove the mask. Removing emotional attachments and the mask. And then we have carrying connections, which is the 2 of Cups, which the masculine came up as the upright 2 of Cups today. So that's very much his energy of 14 in this deck, which is the Temperance card of a higher love. Okay, so removing the mask for a higher love. And again, this is change and face the strain, okay? So allowing the changes to happen by removing the mask and letting go of attachments, emotional things, perhaps cleaning out the house, things that no longer serve you, in order to come together in carrying connection or into a higher love with patience. And that could be literally patience too if you deal with the patient community. And then we have woman holding a heart, which is 44, which is the 4 of Cups, grounding, integrating, and mastering of receiving love Okay, so allowing the feminine, taking off a mask and allowing herself to receive this love coming in. Okay, that's really a nice message, actually. And then here is the masculine playing with crystals, which came up in the read, so that's perfect. 46 is the Six of Cups, so it's very much about the kids being authentic to themselves and being pure of heart. It's about the adults coming from their inner child when it comes to love and being creative in playtime. So that's a really beautiful message. So again, the masculine coming in and carrying connections, and the feminine learning to be open to receive love, taking off the mask to receive love. Okay? So very nice message. Make sure you drink your water, get your rest, get your joy, and get your nature. It's not very sunny out today, but it's not bad outside. Oh, I forgot these 3 cards in front of you. So here, you can't see them because of the glare. We have the 5 of Swords guy, we have the 6 of Pentacles guy, they're both upright in the read, and then the 3 of Swords. And the 3 of Swords, where are you? The 3 of Swords is always easy to find, so why am I not finding it now? Maybe the heartbreak has gone away. I think it was it. Under there? No. I always see the 3 of Swords right away. Oh, that's why it's buried here. It's upright. Okay. So all 3 of those cards are upright. And that's the defensive end, right? That's like the Battle of Normandy with that 5 of Swords guy. I know you can't see the cards very well, but it's like a bodyguard to whoever this is, being charitable and helping others. This can be the masculine at work as well. And this is someone being a bodyguard for them, so they're undisturbed and can get their work done, or their charitable work. And then here we have the separation or heartbreak. So there's definitely some kind of settling out going on here. And someone's like standing guard for them in order to get all this done. For separation or heartbreak. Could have to do with some surgery as well, but that's what's coming up. Someone is sharing or settling out. Okay. So as I said, rise and be love. Be good to yourselves, guys.